These are the dark holes I fell into this week. All right, guys. Sorry. I'm eating a mint. We have breaking news. Breaking news on the pod. This is fucking... Literally was scrolling my phone before we went live, and this popped up. Bonnie Blue, who's friends with fucking Lily Phillips, has broken the record for 1,000 men in one day. During the 24-hour period, she's broken it. She's broke the record that we've spoke about previously so many times on the pod has been broken. Okay, dude. Oh my God. So that I was like literally prepped. I had the whole episode prepped, and then this popped up, and I was like, okay, well, we need to talk about this. Some other stuff we have. I'm sure we'll get to more stuff, but that's leading the bill right now. We have German politician gets busted for being dirty online. So this dude was texting not texting. He was leaving comments on they are people, but OnlyFans chicks. He was leaving comments on their things, and he's a German politician who's running for office. Then we got AI models they're making AI models that are like amputees, but also like very thirst trapping. Pretty crazy stuff. And then we got a write-in about a lady pooping in a bed during intercourse. All right, guys. All today on Dark Holes. Guys. Sorry if I'm kind of flustered. Sorry if I'm flustered, guys. Jorge, bring up the article right away. Bring it up right away. I get locked in, I prep the episodes, I do a bunch of work, and then shit like this happens. OnlyFans star Bonnie Blue claims she has broken the world record by sleeping with 1,057 men in just 12 hours as she keeps scrolling it. I can't really, there's something on the desk there. As she thanks the barely legal, barely breathing, and the husbands. The barely legal, the barely breathing, and the husbands. I think barely breathing means like super old. So she fucks everyone from... So I don't know much about this Bonnie Blue. I know that she is friends with Lily Phillips, or maybe she was before. Who knows? This, from what I understood, this was Lily's goal. This was Lily's idea. This was something that Lily set out to do. And from what I can see, it looks like Bonnie came in and stole her thunder. She kind of came... I don't know what the relationship is between the two of them, but if you're Lily Phillips and maybe she planned it and she went, you know what, Bonnie, you take this one, and she let all the organizing go over to her. But if you're Lily Phillips and you did the 100, you got the press, you got the people worked up, you're like, now we're going to bring it up even bigger. And then one of your friends comes in and steals the limelight from you and bangs over 1,000 men in 12 hours, which they did the math in the article, equals out to be about 41 minutes, all right? Or 41 seconds, sorry. 41 seconds per person. 41 minutes, that doesn't make any sense. 41 seconds per person, okay? I would be a little choked. I'm a little shocked. I've been kind of keeping my ear to the ground about this one. I'm pretty sure that Lily's was supposed to go down on, I think it was January 25th. Can you get a date check on that for me with the poster? I believe it was January 25th that Lily Phillips was supposed to break the record. And then your friend, your confidant, comes through, undercuts you, steals your thunder. I think if anything, if you're Lily, now you have to outdo her number. 1,057, you got to do at least 11. You got to do at least 1,100. I would say go for 1,500. Go for 1,500 to really give a fuck you to your potentially previous friend. I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens with this. Jorge, you got a date for me in there?
I'm looking. It doesn't have the date on the flyer.
On the flyer? No, okay. But this is surprising. So this Bonnie Blue, she's 25 years old. She has previously created, so her thing wasn't banging a bunch of dudes. I mean, it was banging a bunch of dudes, but not in this fashion. She would go to places and be like, I'm going to have gangbangs. Oh, what do you got?
So on Lily Phillips' thing, it didn't have a specific date. It just said by the end of January, so that way they can get all the proper applications, get everything filtered through.
Okay, so like we're only, today is what, the 13th?
Yeah.
It's only the 13th, and this is going down. I think we might have like some sort of OnlyFans beef that's about to go down. Some sort of OnlyFans drama, a conflict, a clash of titans. Bonnie Blue is a villain in my books. She does villainous stuff. If you read into her things, she's kind of been famous for she's like bangs barely legal boys. So she's banging like 18-year-old boys, and people get pretty upset about it. She also says that dudes should cheat on their wives. Be as promiscuous as you want, but she's playing the villain role. I would say Lily Phillips, she's the one who she's like crying because she can't make everyone jizz. She's like, you really got to stand on business because when these dudes come through, I got to make sure I'm satisfying everyone. And when I can't, it pains my heart. Bonnie Blue, villain of the porn world. I'm going to fuck dudes barely. I'm going to try and steal your husband. I'm going to suck your grandpa into the grave, the barely breathing. I'm going to suck his dick and balls and he might die. And I'm going to take a little bit of his essence and it's going to keep me alive. We might have a clash here, a clash in values. I am very Jorge, while you're, can you dig around on some Reddit stuff for me? See if there's been any response from Lily Phillips while we get into this article a little bit more. Can you bring the article up for me and just kind of scroll it down? Actually, no. Bring up the breakdown video of her talking about how it all went down. Then that'll give me a little bit of juice to flow into while you see if Lily has made any sort of, I guess, a public response about what has happened to her. Okay, here we go. Yes.
Big 1000 was completely done. So it started off, I'll give you a bit of an overview, gangbangs after gangbangs to start with. It was just like, the room was absolutely full. Then we did groups of 5, like one after the other of 5s. I wanted to give people more time, so then it went down to like one-on-ones, didn't it? So like one person would watch whilst I was with somebody, and then it would literally just be like a rotating circle like that.
Okay, so mass gangbang to start. You're entering the room. It's like being in the center of the Coliseum and everyone's like, fuck, suck, fuck, suck, fuck, suck. And she was just in there taking everything in all holes. I'm once again would like a little more detail. I'm sure there's got to be a video somewhere. But that I want to know, is anal on the table? Is anal on the table in these kind of situations? This is like once we are going onto the Gas Digital Network and we can do the uncensored episodes, we're going to watch and review this 1,000 dude blow bang. I need to see this thing. I wonder what the price tag on that bad boy is, because she probably released that on her OnlyFans, and I would imagine that's like an exclusive piece of content. That's not just something you're going to get with the subscription price. That's a pay-per-view piece. Probably going to run on 1,000 dude blow bang. I think she's probably hawking that for at least $50, dude. At least $50. But then you get you're getting the one-on-ones later in the blow bang, which is like, okay, you're getting more time with intimacy, but then you're also getting in there late. You don't want to get in there late. You want to be there first. Even if you're a quick 41-second in and out, you'll want to be the first guy to be like, hey, did it? Laid the foundation. You rest the boys. You take it from here. I'm taking an early lunch. That's how I would approach something like this. I wouldn't want to be one of the last guys who's like, I'm going to wait for when she has a little bit more time and she can pay more attention to me. After she's been glazed. I don't want her glazed. I would be like, no glaze, dude. Give me just a plain old-fashioned donut. Plain old-fashioned. I don't need glaze, dude. I like the guy interviewing her, too. He was very like, wow, that's very interesting. I like the strategy that you approach this with. 1,000 dudes. Knocking out.
So far, nothing from Lily Phillips on her Twitter.
So far, nothing from Lily. Lily hasn't acknowledged this at all. All is quiet on the Western Front. Give me Fluid Face real quick. I want to check out Fluid Face. Here we go. This is her talking about what she looked like the day after the blow bang. She looks fine.
This is what my face looks like after taking 1,000 men less than 12 hours ago. I told you girls, taking fluids for moisturizer was good for your skin.
There you go. I mean, I don't disagree with that. You want to clear up the skin? You got a little bit of acne? You got a little bit of whatever you got, skin tag, boils, jizz on it. That's been it's been a personal policy of mine for a long time. Not for my personal skin treatment. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying for outgoing. If I'm dating a lady, I'm seeing a chick and she goes, I got a boil. I go, hey, I got a cure for you. I got an all natural, holistic, organic, cruelty-free, is actually pleasure-induced cure. And it'll jizz on it. And then, of course, it'll eventually go away and it'll be like, see, it was the jizz. Skin tags, I don't know about that. But try it. Try it at home. If you got a skin tag at home, try it out, dude. I knew someone that would take their skin tags off with nail clippers. That sounds fucking savage. All right. What else? I got to go. Let me check into this article. Bring the article up for me again, Jorge. Then we got to dig in a little deeper about how she's upsetting people here. Sorry, this is, let's see. To the 2 clips, the 1,000 dudes, the clear skin. Okay. Her PR was quoted by The Sun as saying the statement, she slept with 1,057. As she hit 1,000, there were still 57 left in the queue who Bonnie wanted to pleasure before ending the 12-hour day. Dude. So she is committed to the cause. She was like, hey, 57 dudes in line. You guys showed up and you guys were waiting. And they're like, oh, fuck, man. I drove all this way to get a little bit of puss from Bonnie Blue. And I got here like, it's like as the Indiana Jones is like the big stone wall is closing and you got to go back and grab the hat. That was the 57 dudes. She reached back, grabbed the hat, got those dudes through. Everyone got a little bit of time. I wonder if the last guy, she was so beat up, she was like, hey, you don't get that much time with me. Or she was like, you're last. Let's tango a little bit. You're going to get 4 minutes of my time. Who knows, guys? Comments posted in response to her latest TikTok include, how embarrassing, why would anyone do this? And sad that men would want to do this all for fame and money. I don't think the men became famous or rich off of this. No. The dudes did not make any... I mean, maybe they made a little bit of cash coming through. Like if she paid them $100 a piece... Then we're looking at a 10K day. We kind of did a breakdown on this on the Lily Phillips thing of like, are these dudes paid or not? I think a lot of the guys doing this is out of the goodness of their heart. They're trying, they wanted to get in. They're big Bonnie Blue fans. And they were like, hey, getting my hog schlogged by this blue-eyed English porn star is on my to-do list. Cha-check, cha-ching. I'll wait in line and be 1,056, 1,057, whichever number that they were in the lineup. Last November, she planned to fly to Australia for a free sex marathon with teenage school leavers. I think school leavers must be like right after you graduate. Is
that's what I'm assuming.
Yeah. In exchange, they had to consent to her posting the content online. That is crazy. But her 12-month visitor visa was canceled by the country's Department of Home Affairs because she had voiced plans to undertake paid work illegally under the visa's conditions. Blue, who said she used precautions to ensure the young men were over 18, had completed similar marathon sex sessions done in the first weekend of schoolie celebration in Surfers Paradise, Eastern Australia in 2023. So the government of Australia was like, yeah, you can come here and you can fuck a bunch of the 18-year-old boys as a porn star, but you gotta get the proper paperwork. You have to get the right paperwork to do it. You can't just come here on a tourist visa and fuck all our schoolies. Our school leavers? Is that what they call them in English? Schoolies? Jesus Christ, you guys invented the language? You're calling them schoolies, bro? Oh my God. One time an English lady made fun of me because we call runner shoes sneakers. And I was like, well, no one really says sneakers. And she's like, oh, what do you need to get your sneakers? And she's like, they're trainers. And I was like, yeah, well, we call them runners. And she's like, runners? I'm like, yeah, because you run in them. Like, what do you call it? Like a sweater. You wear it, you're sweating, like it keeps you warm. It's like, oh, a jumper. It's like, shut up. You guys call them schoolies? Shut up, guys. Shut up. Shut up. If you're English, shut up a little bit, dude. A little bit.
So schoolies is the week after your finals, and it's a big celebration for like the week where everybody has a bunch of fun events. And then toolies are people who come back after they've already graduated and try to hang out with all the younger people.
Oh, okay. That. Thank you for that breakdown. Because there probably was an English person listening to this. We do have some English and Irish listeners that are probably like, you don't fucking know what you're talking about. You're getting all fucking wrong. You're getting it fucking wrong, you fucking stupid bastard. They're probably doing that. Okay, I'm sorry for not knowing your culture well enough. But that still is a dumb name for something, though. You have a celebration called the Schoolies? The Schoolies, dude? You couldn't come up with something better? I like that you call the other guys the Toolies, though. That is smart. Because the guys who, like, have graduated but still come back to party with, like, fucking, I don't know, college kids or high schoolers or whatever, they are fucking... It's not surprising, but that does exist in every culture. Every culture has the... I think in America, you guys call them fifth years. Like, it's like people who, like, you do your 4 years of university, and then fifth years are people who, like, come back and try to, like, be in the fraternity and, like, party and hang around and shit. That is bad behavior. Grow the fuck up. Find something better to do with your time. Get a job, man. Get a fucking job. Or go fuck Bonnie Blue. Get in line. Get a passion. Get a hobby. Fucking Bonnie Blue in this 1000 thing. Even though we've established the villain. I'm calling it now. Lily's going to come out and be like, you kind of stole my thunder on this. I thought you were my friend. You stole my idea. Blah, blah, blah. And then Lily's going to try and outdo her. Maybe it's all a stunt, too. Maybe this is like a Kanye Drake. It's like a planned stunt. I mean, we don't know that was planned, but everyone suspects that shit was planned. Maybe that's what's going on here. This is like a planned stunt to get press and get us talking about it. It's working. I'm talking. But I'm still calling Bonnie villain, Lily hero of this trying to fuck as many dudes in 24 hours fuck off. Where does this end? Because if you can do 1012, you could do 2024. You could cut the time down to 20 seconds per dude. And then you start getting in like, what are we going to get to 4,024? Is there a world, Jorge, where by the end of 2020, whatever, let's say before 2030, these two girls, it's the clash of titans. Which pussy can consume more cocks in a condensed period of time? Who will win? What number are you going to say we max out on this if we go down this timeline?
So if she did 1,000 in 12 hours,
yeah.
So then in theory, you could do 2,000 in 24.
That's at 41 seconds average. So you could even cut down the average.
But I just don't know if it's physically possible. I feel that like she's gonna need to have like an IV as she's getting fucked.
That potentially that is something that might need to go down. We might need to do some like rigging, or we need to advance what the body can possibly do. It's the same as I've said this before. People thought the 4-minute mile was impossible, and then people started just breaking the 4-minute mile barrier. So it's when you see people at the top of their craft doing the most that's ever been accomplished in the field, it seems impossible and unimaginable to the layman. But these two, the fucking Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader of this story, they're going to accomplish who knows how many. But you say, what are you going to say, 2,000?
I feel that in the next 5 years, I think 1,500 is a more reasonable number.
1,500 is more reasonable? I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to say 2,200. I'm going to say one of them does 2,200 in 15. Let's say, no. I'm going to say just under. I'm going to say one of them shoots for 22 and gets like 2,140. Let's say that.
And we're talking just strictly P and V, right?
P and V, just P and V. Just P and V. I mean, I think that's what counts. I'm not sure if when she blows them, if that counts too. I think it has to be P and V. Yeah. Because what I'm thinking is if this does turn into Lily coming back and being like, hey, I want, you stole my idea, I want revenge, Lily's going to come back with 1,000. And then Bonnie, if she retorts, she's going to retort with 2,000. And then if Lily goes, I'm coming back again, that's when the 22 happens. And maybe that's the breaking point where we go, no, that we find the ceiling. We find the ceiling of how many people you can fuck in 24 hours. Crazy, man. Lifetime's worth of bodies on just a single individual. Pretty wild stuff, guys. All right. Yeah, so that's the first time ever we've had breaking news. Let's get into the what's going on with me, guys. What's going on with me? That was pretty fun. Didn't expect us to get too heated into that shit, but that was a fun little romp. We got the Patreon, guys. Remember, there is 3 more weeks of the Patreon before we move over to the Gas Digital Network. The code for the Gas Digital Network is going to be CHE, C-H-E. If you're in the Patreon already, I've probably already posted. No, I haven't probably posted. I have already posted all this information in there, what the code is, how the move's going to happen and everything. Just to let you guys know, the Gas Digital Network with the code, I think it averages out about $10 a month. The Patreon is $5 a month, but there's going to be added content. And through the Gas Digital Network, you also get access to all the other Gas Digital stuff there. So it is going to be an increase in price. I'm sorry about that, but it's going to be huge for me. And it's going to be great for me. I still make the same amount of money as I would on Patreon. But I get to reduce the costs of the pod significantly, and I get to get a way larger reach. And you also get, and I mean, if you don't want to subscribe, you don't have to subscribe. You still get access to this episode. You still get access to the regular every week. But there is going to be extra content that comes through. We're going to be doing live episodes. We're going to be doing uncensored episodes. And so we are increasing the value. And I'll try to find something else to bring in there to increase the value as well, just so I feel like everyone's getting the most bang for their buck. Now I'm talking about... All right, so on the Patreon this week, we have another horny old man. So this dude was doing full breakdowns of this sexual encounter he had with this lady where he says he ate her pussy for an hour and a half, and it was the most beautiful pussy he'd ever seen. He's like 60-something years old. And it was, I'm obsessed with it. Those of you who don't watch the Patreon, you might see a clip from this at some point. The thing I'm asking to all the Dark Hole listeners is I need to find the original video, because where I saw it, it was posted on Instagram and someone had chopped up pieces of it and started uploading it, and I couldn't find the original piece of content, and I want to know who the fuck this guy is. If anything, I might even want to have him on the pod. He is the type of guest I would want. Okay. Then we have bare knuckle midget boxing. Okay. Some of the combinations of my favorite things in the world. Fighting, dwarves, like combat in general. This is all great stuff. And then I think one of our write-ins was actually about what's the best sandwich in New York City. A little bit lighter on the write-ins. A little fun. What's the best sandwich in New York City? Maybe you're interested to hear. The 5-5 challenge, guys. So if you guys remember last week, I was talking about the 5-5 challenge. So my regular 5 is that I try to get done every day. My dailies, my daily dues. I try to work out. I try to make content, educate, meditate, and what's the last one? Work out, make content, educate, meditate, and what the fuck am I missing? Write jokes. Okay. So through the weekend, I didn't get the 5s done on the dues, which isn't good, but it was for a good reason. It's because I was kind of overswamped with work, and this is the only time, not the only time, when I take time off, I also don't do them. But when I don't do my dues, it's because I'm like, my to-do list has gotten so big, can't get through it. So I didn't, Friday, Saturday, I did not do the dues, which I knew that was going to happen. I knew it because I was actually just doing a bunch of work on the special. So I got all the footage for the special. I was doing all the notes from the 4 shows, what I want in, what I want taken out, which shows I want, what jokes taken from, has a little bit of behind the scenes, how the sausage is made. So I was like, this has to take priority over everything else, and I want to get this done as fast as possible. I don't want this to drag out. So I took everything else off my calendar to get that shit done. But on the don'ts, I'm still maintaining my don'ts. I have not watched porn. I have not drank caffeine. I have not, What's the other one? I have not had any nicotine. I have not drank alcohol, and I have not eaten gluten I started on like the 6th, so it's only been about a week. The only one that is really a fucking drag is caffeine. Not watching porn is fine. I'll jerk off to fucking my memories. That's great. I don't drink a lot. The nicotine was a new thing that just came in the last like couple of years, so that was easy to get rid of. Gluten, I can still have like rice and fucking gluten-free pasta, a gluten-free bagel. It's not like I can't have carbs at all, but no caffeine. Ugh. I so badly just want a fucking cup of coffee and just like, I want to get the, when I'm at the end of this, I'm fucking having a Celsius. Dude. I can't wait. We're practicing the Spanish, of course. We're still in the Spanish. Marvel Rivals. I got to Platinum 2. Not Platinum 2. No, what the fuck am I talking about? Silver 2. That's way different. I got to Silver 2 in the rankings. If you guys want to come check it out, me and Cam are streaming our competitive matches. So that's every Sunday and Wednesday. We're streaming our competitive growth. So it reset the season, so we went all the way back to Bronze 3. So now we're climbing up from Bronze 3. I think we're in Silver 1 now. So we've climbed from Bronze 3 to Silver 1. I think we are Platinum quality players. That's my fucking opinion of myself. I think my Hulk is Platinum quality, okay? Platinum quality. I haven't really played any other video games, which is strange for me. I'm usually deep in the games, but these forever, I've never, like, Fortnite and stuff never really hooked me. I've never been hooked to a single forever online game. This is the first one that's really got me, and Deadlock as well. But, so I'm like, I don't have time to play this and something else, which I think is common for a lot of gamers. We're back to the gym. So last week, back in the gym. So I kind of fucked up. I did this thing where I bought a bunch of new supplements and I took them all right before I went to the gym. And then I was feeling super nauseous. I did get 405 on the hex bar up for 5. And then I did it again for 4. And then I was like, I'm going to throw up. If I don't want to throw up, I have to lower this weight. So I lowered the weight down and I did 2 more sets of like, I think 8 or 10 at 315. And then I was like, let's bring it back up. And I brought it back up to 385 and then did like 3 or 4. And then I was like, I'm going to throw up. And then I didn't throw up, but then I just like walked on the treadmill for a while and I was like, oh, I'm feeling so nauseous. What it was is I got Asian ginseng, which is great. It's good for blood flow and it really fucking wakes you up. But the dropper didn't say how much to take in it. I thought I was supposed to take a full dropper. No, you're supposed to take like less than half a dropper. Makes you really nauseous and makes your farts stink like cancer, okay? So be careful with Asian ginseng. But deadlift was good. Squat, I didn't squat for 2 weeks, so I was able to get, I think I did 265 for like 3, and then I did 255 for 5, and then I went down because I was like, I'm feeling a little not super comfortable in these lifts. I'm feeling like I'm burning out a little fast. So we're going to be back today. I'm going to be, it's Monday, so we're going to be back in the gym. I'm going to be doing overhead press today. My overhead press, I think, is at 95 pounds. It's not very big right now, but we're going up. We're going up, staying on these heavy lifts, working that shit. Tour dates, guys. So we got New Jersey added. New Jersey just got added. This was a super late ad. There was someone who dropped out of the Stress Factory in New Jersey, and my agent hit me up. And because Atlanta, we actually had to move Atlanta to what's it called? March 14th and 16th. March 14th to 16th. He was like, well, you lost this, so I can give you New Jersey. There's already tickets sold because this other comic can't make it. It's a last-minute ad. So a last-minute New Jersey ad, January 16th to 19th. It's 6 shows. I don't normally do 6 shows in a location, but this comic was a big comic, so hopefully there's a lot of switchover. Then I'm going to be New York, January 28th, Baltimore, January 29th. New York is a new added date. Philadelphia, January 30th. Tulsa, Oklahoma, February 7th and 8th. Nashville, March 5th. Lexington, Kentucky, March 6th and 8th. Dayton, Ohio, March 13th. Dayton is also new. This is the new Atlanta date that is added March 14th and 16th. And then we have Appleton, Wisconsin, April 25th and 26th. We also have Salt Lake City. We don't have a ticket link for that yet. Salt Lake City is going to be coming at the end of March. And we also have We're gonna be in La Jolla again. La Jolla. I'm gonna be at the Comedy Store out there. That's gonna be in October, so we don't have the ticket link for that yet. But I've been there several times. I love it. Let's get to the 5-star review of the week, guys. 5-star review of the week. This comes from Chris Garner, who says, "Listening to these podcasts is the only thing that gets me through the day." That's fucking super nice, dude. Thank you so much. What a kind thing. I hope that you're okay, though. I hope that you're doing all right, my guy. And then also, guys, remember, follow me, you fucking idiots. Follow the podcast on whatever podcast platform you're listening to it. Helps me out a ton. Costs you nothing, dude. And if you want your 5-star review read on the podcast, come check it out. Come check it out, guys. Or come leave a review. That's what I mean. Leave a review. All tickets are available at chaderena.com or at punchup.live/chaderena. All right, guys, let's so before we get into this perverted German like counselor or whatever the fuck they are, let's do a nice little palate cleanser. Let's have something a little fun. Show me Asian Takedown. This was going viral. I fucking love this video. Check out this dude. This happened in real life, guys, okay? This is a real life thing that happened. You got this for me, Jorge? I want you guys to see what a man was able to pull off in the flesh, dude. This is movie shit. 1 minute. Okay, Jorge's saying 1 minute until we're going. For the audio listener, gonna prep you a little bit. This is like, it's like a dude jumping in. Okay, here we go. So a guy is like trying to fight people off, jumps in. What the fuck, dude? Okay, just keep this going on a loop for me, so I can get a little bit of breakdown. The guy goes, no, he jumps, wraps his legs around, does a full flip to the takedown. This is like going into like a flying armbar and then rotating through momentum to takedown. This is nuts, bro. He could have just gone for the big double leg. He could have, I don't know, kicked him in the head. This takedown's crazy. Is this pulled from a movie or something? Like, this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life, dog. Okay, take it away, Jorge. But you're able to pull something. You got to realize how hard it is to pull something like that off in the flesh. That's like when Demetrius Johnson, was it Demetrius? Demetrius Jones-Drew? No, is it Demetrius Johnson? When he did the flying armbar, when he like lifted the dude up like he was going to take him down and then jumped into the flying armbar. That shit that doesn't happen in real life, dog. That's like what we just saw there is probably how they felt when the first time they saw an alley-oop in basketball. This is craziness. He jumps, flies in the air, wraps the legs around. You can't even really train for that kind of thing. But he was like, I got it. You know how shit that looks if it goes the other way? How much risk he took? If he's a police officer, he goes for this flying armbar takedown, and then he falls on his head and gives himself a concussion. They go, hey, dude, you got it. We need you to put you on leave for 6 months. 6 months, you kind of embarrassed the full crew of dudes, but he locked it in. And now he's a viral sensation, dude, not to be fucked with. One of the coolest things I've fucking ever seen. Okay, that was a good palate cleanser. Let's get into this whole German guy, this German dude. Here, where is it? Yeah, a German politician with the OnlyFans. Bring up the article for me, please, Jorge. It's the Free Press Journal. Okay, 75-year-old German politician Bernd Vogel withdraws candidacy for federal election after his dirty comments about OnlyFans models comes to light. Guys, old people on the internet are fucking up all the time. We need to help these old people, dude. Can you bring up the messages? People need to see these messages right away, Jorge. So this old dude was on the internet leaving comments on his like official government account. There's like Twitter account that had his name and then his like government title on it. On these OnlyFans chicks. Look at this one right here. This hot OnlyFans chick. He said, "I'd kiss your cunt, baby." No, it says, "I kiss your cunt." The English isn't perfect. Crazy. He's got this one, nice boobs, much calmer. That's a fucking walk in the park for this guy. And then this chick posts, does it matter if a girl has smaller boobs than average? And he goes, no. Sorry, it's so fucking, I need glasses. God damn it. No, I like smaller tits. I don't like massive Or no, I don't like mega breasts. I don't like mega breasts, dude. So this dude is mega breasts. I don't like mega breasts, dude. Wait, okay. I don't want us to bring up this video because I don't think it. I got sent this video many times, but I was like, I refused to make content about it. It got like 43 million views on Instagram. But it's supposed to be like a nice family video, but it's this guy at a water park with his kids, and they're going down the slide, but his wife's sitting across from him, and his wife has the biggest tits ever. Did you see this, Jorge? So I don't want to show it because I'm like, this guy's just trying to post a nice video of his family, and his wife just happens to have the biggest tits in the universe. But that's what he means by mega breasts. When you think about mega breasts, you guys, some of you listeners have seen this video because it popped up and you're just like, it's not even like a horny video. You're just like, how did they get that big? That's crazy, dude. They're literally like, bowling ball is like, it's like a sack of bowling balls. Each one is about 4 bowling balls. That's crazy. Obviously not the density of 4 bowling balls, but the circumference of 4 bowling balls each. Dude, those kids weren't going hungry, man. Those kids, I'm surprised those kids aren't already fucking 10 feet tall and like fucking biting people's heads off in the woods. That's what the kind of, like, you're making world beaters with that type of juice coming out of there. That's nuts, bro. I would have just assumed if you try to breastfeed a kid off of a tit that big, it just gets crushed underneath the tit. You would have to pump and then feed it the gold that comes out of there. Anyways, Bernd Vogel said all this horny stuff online, and then it all came to light, and everyone was like, Bernd, you can't be horny like this online. And so he resigned. He was like, hey, I'm sorry, this was stupid. I shouldn't have done this. But what we need, there's 2 avenues that I think we got to go down with this. We either need like a course that is like tech literacy for old people, or we need to start judging old people's ability. Like, this guy's running for political office. He doesn't know that people can see his fucking Twitter comments. You should be cut off from being able to do certain things if you fuck up with something that we all know. Everyone listening to this podcast knows that if you comment on something, someone else can see it. We all know that. You can delete it, but if someone screenshotted it, you went and deleted them being like, they're gone. It's like, bro, if it goes on the internet, it lives. It lives, dude. It lives forever, bro. So we need to be like, hey, if you fuck up this bad, like he did, he resigned. But if anything else, like if you don't know how to fucking download a PDF, if you have such poor media literacy, if you're one of those old people that posts on Facebook, you go, I do not consent to Facebook using any of my personal information, and you post that on you're one of the old people who do that, then you go, hey, you know what? You aren't allowed to run for office. You can't drive a bus. You can't operate heavy machinery. You can't own a restaurant. You can't. What else could you not do? You can't. You can't get upset at people in the streets. No. You have to keep your opinions to yourself. I think that's it for the list for right now. But we got to start restricting what these people can do because they're not connected in with how the rest of the world is working. It's like if you took someone who doesn't know that people can see your Instagram or Facebook or social media comments is like on the same level as like taking an Amazonian tribe out from the deep Amazon and introducing them to society. They're on the same level. You wouldn't let that person run a restaurant either. Not unless we acclimated them, which is what I'm saying. My other line here is we start to educate these old people through like a Billy Madison style we're going through all the generations of tech. We're going to start you easy. We're starting Pong, tube TVs, little shit you probably know. And you're going to be like, I know this shit. And then you're going to go through a few courses and you're going to be like, oh, remember this old, like these old computers? Here's some LimeWire. We're going to teach you how to rip stuff off the internet in LimeWire. Crash course of what it was like to grow up with all the media and get some online literacy. Look at these two images. Which one is AI? Which one's not? Failed? You got to go back. Do it again. Do it again. Maybe you need better glasses. That could be the problem. But you need to be able to identify which one is AI. You need to be able to handle some online hate and have some, like, there's going to be a whole course that is just an Xbox 360 generation. You're going to sit in a class and communicate and experience online Xbox 360 generation dialogue, because that is sort of the beginning, the birth of real online toxicity. Real hatred from a person you don't know started at Xbox 360, and you need to build up a skin to resist that, to make sure that you're not making rash decisions online. Then we're going to start to show you like the LimeWire era is going to be good for exposing you to porn, but you have to wait. You got to be patient. These guys who are leaving comments on OnlyFans girls, they're too eager. That's part of the problem, is they're too excited when they see a hot chick. They start tapping. They don't know what it's like to sit down, fucking put a burrito in the microwave, watch a TV show, fucking maybe make like a pre-made lasagna, put it in the oven, and set up like a nice little dinner for yourself, eat, relax, watch a movie, then come back to see if your porn's downloaded. Still, there's something's wrong with the dial-up. We gotta fucking try it again. Go to sleep, come back the next day, watch the porn. It's an episode of Mighty Ducks 2. You go, fuck, shit, dude. God damn it. Need to download a new file. You need to go through that so you have the proper control on the internet. We need to educate these old people to be able to withstand the internet, dude. I think one of the things that we should make them do, in order to graduate, you have to do a 1v1 on Rust. We send you to Rust, 1v1. Yeah, that has to happen, dude. 1v1 on Rust, you don't necessarily have to win, but you have to perform well. Like, obviously, you win, you get like an A+ grade. But if you are able to get out there, get some kills, know the map, listen, where's the guy coming from? Have some spatial awareness. Then if you can't 1v1 on Rust, you can't run for office, okay? You can't run for office if you can't 1v1 on Rust. I think that's fair. Also, he should have flipped the script on this. He should have been like, yeah, why am I commenting on these OnlyFans girls? Because our government accounts don't get any views when we post on social media. How about we get in the algo? I'm gaming the algo, dude. That should have been his... See, this is his lack of internet literacy. He should have been able to be like, okay, yeah, I said nice tits. I said, I'll kiss your cunt. I said, I like small boobs. I don't like mega breasts. Why did I say that? Because now I have one of the highest trending accounts in German politics. And you know what my next thing is? Dropping my legislation or my plan for when I get into office. Then that's the next thing everyone sees, and oh my God, all of a sudden everyone's educated on the government, huh? See, this is what these old people need to know. They need to know how to do things like that. They need to know how to do things like that, dude. Also, he could have flipped it another way, being like, how about I'm getting the small boob vote? I'm looking for votes too. You guys are looking for votes. The vote I want is small tit chicks. No one's been appealing to that market. We've looked at the data. Small tit chicks is one of the smallest voter groups. How about I'm trying to tap into an untapped voter market and get these guys out and voting for me? Pretty smart, if you ask me. Pretty fucking smart. Okay. Man, we're at 44 minutes. We still have... I think I was going to talk about these like AI amputee chicks, but I think we're going to push that to the Patreon app, and we're just going to get into the write-ins because we have some good write-ins. Here we have A couple coming in from what's it called? From Discord. Okay, guys. So people write in on Discord that you could write in on Patreon or on Discord. I also send some stuff out on Instagram on my story to be like, hey, if you want to send a write-in. So those are all avenues you can get in. People get like an email or something. I'm not sure how people normally do write-ins. I don't know. What's a normal avenue for write-ins? Email?
Yeah, you could do email, but typically like DMs or private messages on some sort of platform would be best.
I mean, reach out to me. And it'll get on. But priority goes to Patreon. Priority goes to the paying customers, of course. And so this is some Patreon stuff that came through. So, okay. My buddy was banging a chick, and I guess she accidentally ended up taking a big log on the corner of his bed. It took a while for him to notice, but he did eventually. He knowingly disregarded it, and they kept going at it. At one point, she eventually said, I need to freshen up, and picked up the log in her hand discreetly while going to the bathroom. They continued to bang after, acting like nothing happened. He then followed up by saying, as much as you hate shit/poop during sex, have you had any terrible shit/poop encounter stories? And I will get to that. The poop shit encounter stories for me, but I immediately followed up with this dude to be like, hold up. I need to know more about this fucking story, dude. There's a lady took a log during sex and then grabbed it, said, I'm gonna freshen up, goes to the bathroom, chucks the log, and then they come back and keep banging? He better heard those taps running. She better have fucking rinsed, dude. So I was immediately like, hey, I need more info on this. That's not enough for me, okay? I have so many goddamn questions right now. I need you to fill me in on what the fuck happened. And he was like, well, it was my friend, so I got to reach out to him. And he reached out to his friend, and then he got back, and then he said, he replied, and it was like this big thing. It was like, he replied, and he goes, ha, ha, ha. Well, the explanation is pretty crude, so transcribe this how you wish. But I was fingering, okay, so this is coming through from the buddy. This is the buddy's perspective now, okay? But I was fingering her using the squirt technique. I knew that I could only describe it as applying pressure to the roof/floor/roof/floor. So he's going like, you only need to do the roof. You don't have to do the floor. Do you do the floor?
No.
No, I do like the Spider-Man grip, the up, the droop, droop, droop. That's how you do the squirt. You don't have to do floor. This was his mistake. He was stimulating the downstairs too. He was making the basement react like you make the attic. You can't do that. You can't poke the basement, dude.
Yeah, he was trying to flood the attic, but instead he flooded the basement.
Yes, exactly, dude. So he's doing the roof, floor, roof, floor, roof, floor. Anyways, it worked as it usually did. She squirted all over, same as many before her, but I guess in this process she lost muscle control and a turd came out as well, about the size of a Mars bar or Snickers. So we're looking like 6 inches? Like a 6-inch turd, dude? That's nothing to scoff at. That's not a nugget. A 6-inch guy? Full guy? Shut out. This is crazy, dude. Crazy. I smelt it at first as we laid in bed on each other, each on the side next to the wet spot. I did somewhat of a casual inspection of the carnage and noticed it was both a puddle and as well as a log. Pretty sure we both saw it in the moment, and I just pretended not and carried on with the conversation. It was dark, and I have black sheets, so it was plausible. And she basically secretly palmed it in amid our conversation, thinking I didn't notice her, and went to the bathroom saying she was going to freshen up / dispose of it. Obviously, I had to strip the bedding and change all the sheets due to the squirt, but we never spoke about the shit. It was so awkward. It was too awkward to acknowledge it. Okay. Sorry for my shoddy reading there, guys. You guys know I'm fucking not good at reading. I'm fucking dyslexic, probably. Who cares? But that made more sense now. So he was fucking, doing the up, down, up, down. Now it's very clear as to why she fucking blasted all over the place. You were stimulating the squirt, her asshole, like the squirt, and you got the same response. But guess what's in the butthole? Not squirt. It's shit, guys. Shit's in your assholes. All of you. All of you listening right now have shit in your asshole, whether or not it's a lot of shit or a little bit of shit or like smears of shit. Some of you are backed up. Some of you have diarrhea holding in there. Some of you might be shitting right now as you're listening to this. But you all have shit in your buttholes, dude. And so he used a forbidden technique. If this was Harry Potter, those would be one of the cursed spells. That's a Avada Kedavra of fingering is what he did. He fingered the shit out of her asshole. He Avada Kedavra'd her fucking asshole, dude. That's what happened, bro. But me, you asked if I personally have had any poop experiences while hooking up with a lady. One time, years ago, I was dating this girl, and we were hooking up, and I can't remember, was I fingering her or what? But I remember, I think I might have been fingering her, but for some reason, my thumb was on her asshole. Maybe I was fingering her she was in doggy, and I was fingering her, like, in, like this. So I was doing the Avada Kedavra, kind of, actually. And then there was like, I noticed there was a nugget, like not even a nugget, like a little smudge on my thumb. And I remember I just like wiped it off on her bed sheets. That's what I did. I just fucking went rank. And then we just kept going at it. And the crazy part to me was, I changed my thought on this later. I remember the time, the like next day I came over and the smudge was still there. And I know that she knows that I smudged it. And I was like, you didn't fucking wash your sheets? But at the same time, I'm like, I'm the one who smudged the shit on the sheets. Like I'm the bad guy here, okay? And then my first time doing anal years and years and years and years ago, I got a little bit of poop on my dick. Those are the only times poop has ever really entered any sort of sexual space with me. I think that's it. I think that's it in terms of poop coming into my sex life. As you know, I'm very anti-poop. I don't like poop. I mean, I think poop is hilarious. We've watched very many. It's just in sex. I find even some poop videos I see, sometimes I start gagging and I laugh. Jorge, did you ever see that one where it was this like chain of like 5 Twitter clicks? And the first one was like, oh, I fucking hate her music so much. And you click on it and you're going to be like, you'll never guess what she was upset at. And then you click on it and it was like, oh my God, that's crazy. And you click on it and you're like, I didn't think it was that bad. And then you click on it again. And then it was a picture of a guy shitting into someone's mouth. That was hilarious. But I saw that and I'm laughing and I'm also like, bleh. There's something about it that makes me laugh, but simultaneously I feel like I need to puke. I feel the same way about like blackhead videos, but I don't laugh. The blackhead videos, I'm like, I love watching them, but they gross me out. Whiteheads really gross me out. I feel like I'm going to vomit right now just thinking about it, but I love them though. I love them, but they also kind of make me sick, but I love them. I can't explain it. I just indulge in it. Okay, let's get to our next write-in. This is also coming in from the Patreon. So this person wrote in and said, is it possible for a chick to be too into you to the point where you're afraid she's a psycho, or is it more of a me problem? So I was like, okay, give me more detail, dude. Because it's like, okay, yeah, I guess there is, like, if you just were leaving it that, there definitely is. There definitely is a situation where a chick can be way too into you, and she's seeming psychotic. And that would be like if she is like maybe calling you too much, she's too controlling. You can usually pick up on people's crazy, like there's chicks I've been banging in the past where I'm like, oh, you're nuts. But I just kept banging them. But they would be like, their movements would be erratic. Like they would fucking like twitch. Like there's this one girl, she was super hot, but she would nod like really fucking erratically when she was like, when I was talking to her, she'd be like, and I was like, oh, you're fucking crazy, dude. You're nuts. But she was so hot. And then there was another girl who I would bang, and when we would talk, her conversations were fucking crazy. she would be talking and then just bring in side characters, and like I knew who they were, and I was like, who are you talking about? So I was like, nuts. So like you can usually get a vibe. If someone feels off, it's probably because they're a little nuts. But in terms of just like being too into you, it depends on kind of how quick it comes on and how you feel about them. If you're not reciprocating the feeling, and if they're like buying you flowers and calling you all the time and trying to hang out with you all the time, there's one girl who I hooked up with once, and she was trying to hang out with me a ton, and then I was like, hey, I don't really want to hang out, and she was like, oh, okay. But it was because I was getting a weird vibe off of her. But if you're not reciprocating the feeling, it doesn't mean that she's psycho. Like, but she was getting something different on her end. There was that call-in show recently where this chick. Did you hear this, Jorge? There's this chick who. There's this one call-in show on like a radio thing where they have someone call in. It's like a misconnection thing, and so they call this guy and they go like, "Hey, you went on a date with this girl like about a month ago, and you haven't hit her back, and she's wondering why." And he went, "I haven't been on any dates." And he went, "Oh, what about like with whatever her name was?" And he goes, "Oh, that wasn't a date. Like, it wasn't a date." He's like, "No, we were both ushers at this theater, and after work, I said I was gonna go meet some friends for a drink, and we were just talking, and she just showed up." And then I was, of course, like, yeah, okay, hang out. And then we were just having regular conversation, and she was like, "It was such a magical moment. We kissed at the end of the night." And he's like, "Yeah, well, it seems like you really wanted to kiss, but we were like, you just kind of showed up." And she was like, she was like, "We shared a dinner." And he was like, "We were eating chicken wings and fries." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And she was like, "You're so afraid of love. That's why you won't commit to this. You're too scared. That's what's wrong with you." And he was like, "No, you're nuts. That's what's up." So sometimes it can be that. But then he did follow up with this. He followed up with, there's this chick I've been messaging on and off for a few years. When it gets to the point of something happening, it never does for whatever reason. We haven't done anything. She always compliments me and says that she wants to spoil me in a variety of ways. It seems too good to be true. So you know what they say? If it's too good to be true, sometimes it is. So what I get from that, you've been talking on and off for years. Every time you're supposed to get close to banging or doing something, it doesn't happen. This chick doesn't really like you, but she really likes the attention. There was one girl who I went on 1 or 2 dates with, and she kept being like, "I like you so much. I like you so much." And I was like, "Okay, well, when can we hang out again?" And she was like, "Oh, like, I'm just so busy. And then I was like, all right, okay, whatever. And then I think even one time I was kind of drunk, and I think I was texting her, and I was like, "Nah, you're just like blowing me off." I like kind of called her on it, and I was kind of, I look back on that, I was like, it wasn't the best thing I ever did. It wasn't mean, but I was just like, it seemed kind of pathetic. Let's just put it that way. Cause I was kind of like, "You don't even like me. You're fucking playing me." And she was like, "No, I like you." But that's what this is. I think she just likes the attention. And that girl I was talking about, she hit me up later and was like, "Oh, I actually liked you. Can we hang out again?" And I went, "Well, you got to take me out. Let me know where you want to take me on a date." That was my caveat. I was like, and then she hit me up just recently and was like, "Hey, what's up?" Or she said "Happy New Year." And so I think this girl just liked the attention. Maybe she liked the dates. Maybe she liked getting taken out and she just wanted to get taken out. Who knows what it was? But if this girl is kind of getting it all the way to the point and then never committing to it, it's not that she's psycho. She's just not that into you. That's what I would go on that. Jorge, what would your take be on this?
Yeah, I feel like there is that subsect of women who are just attention starved, sort of trying to get into that whole it's not the journey, it's like each destination for them, you know?
Yeah.
They're not in it for like the whole love aspect or anything beyond, or even like a physical thing. It's literally just the attention.
Yeah, they just want a little bit of attention. I mean, I've definitely sexted girls and kind of like kind of like, oh, let's see if I can get a couple titty pics. Yeah, sex. Here's the little dick pic, and we sex back and forth. And then when time comes for me to like fly to whatever city to do a show, and they're like, hey, where are you? I'm like, not interested anymore. I've definitely done that. I've definitely done it. So that's what I would take from this. This girl isn't psycho, but I would cut it loose, dude. Cut it loose. You don't need it. Okay. I think it says an hour, but I know it was like 2 or 3 minutes in before we actually got going. Let's quickly do this one. Who was your first celebrity that gave you a boner? Mine was Halle Berry in the Flintstones movie. Can you bring up Halle Berry in the Flintstones movie for me? I don't even remember. The Flintstones movie was that fucking dude who was in Roseanne. He was in it. What the fuck is his name again, dude? He's old now.
John Goodman.
John Goodman. I was going to say Jeff Bridges, but that's wrong. That's the dude. But Halle Berry was in the fucking Flintstones movie. Oh! She was in the fucking Flintstones movie. Everyone, audio listeners, Google Halle Berry Flintstones movie right now. God damn, yeah. Yeah, dude. I think when the Flintstones movie came out, I was a little too young to be getting like, what the fuck is this? I remember mine. Bring this up for me, Jorge. Lucy Liu, Charlie's Angels. Bring it up when she's in the leather. In the leather, dude. I remember that scene, watching that and not being like, I didn't really understand what horny was yet, but being like, why do I love this so much? Like, I just wanted, like, that scene ended and I was like, no, go back. Yeah, yes. God damn. Lucy Liu is still, like, she was like one of my first crushes. Yeah, holy shit. Lucy Liu. I watched Charlie's Angels as a kid. I remember we like rented it. We would have movie night, and when I rented it, I was like, oh yeah, Charlie's Angels. Because it was supposed to be like an action movie. Or maybe I didn't rent it. Maybe my mom rented it. Maybe it was my mom being like, this one's fucking new. Watch this. Meanwhile, this is like the horniest movie of all time, dude. I think it's like, oh, Cameron Diaz was in it. You like The Mask? Watch this. And I was like, holy shit, I got activated by Lucy Liu. Every time any Lucy Liu movie, I was like, I gotta see it. Could bring up Lucy Liu now. I want to see a current Lucy Liu real quick. Let me see what she's looking like. Oh, god damn. Let's see. Let me see I bet she's still, after you do that, give me an age. Give me an age number on Lucy Liu. Cause I bet she's still got it. I bet she's still got it, dude. 100%. I bet she's still got it. She hasn't been in anything for a while, but she kind of had her moment. She was super famous. She was one of the biggest names in Hollywood. And then she was like, peace, made my money, dog. Adios, dude. I was in a fucking Quentin Tarantino movie as the villain. One of her best roles, for sure. You got something for me, Jorge?
Yeah, I'm scrolling through her Instagram for something.
You went to the Instagram. This guy is a sleuth over here. You're trying to get something modern on her Insta. I didn't even think about that. I was just like, Google Lucy Liu now. Let's see. Oh, wow. Wow. She's still being like, hey, I'm a hot chick. Fuck. Lucy Liu still got it. She still got it. Yeah, holy fuck.
She is 56.
56. Dude. Asian don't raisin, as they say. Guys, that has been the podcast. If you want more content like this, go check us out on Patreon. Only 3 weeks left on the Patreon. We're going to be switching over to Gas Digital soon. That came out super fast. That sounded like it was in fucking fast forward. But guys, I appreciate you guys supporting the pod. For all tickets and tour dates, go to chaderena.com. Of course, we are going to be in, don't you forget, we're going to be in New Jersey, January 16th to 19th, New York, January 28th, Baltimore, January 29th, Philadelphia, January 30th, Tulsa, Oklahoma, February 7th and 8th, Nashville, Tennessee, March 5th, Lexington, Kentucky, March 6th and 8th, Dayton, Ohio, March 13th, Atlanta, Georgia, March 14th and 15th, Appleton, Wisconsin, April 25th and 26th. I think one thing we're going to add, if you subscribe on Gas Digital, is we're going to start reading out the names of all the subscribers. But we can't do all. Because what if we get like thousands? That's crazy.
On gas?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how we.
We'd say, okay, maybe we won't do that.
Yeah.
Never mind, guys. That's not what we're gonna do. Because I'm just thinking right now. Because some people will do, but I think it's like if they have like the high tier, if they have like a fucking $25 tier, they'll read it. That you get your name read out or something like that. But never mind. We'll find out there's stuff to add. I mean, we're already adding uncensored episodes and live streams, live eps. Maybe we get some live streams going there too. Anyways, guys, that's been the podcast. Thank you. Bye.